Just did a big clean out of my monster cage here. Pulled out a shit ton of vines. Now I can open it up and actually see my animals again. There's an anole, that's my boy right there. The emerald tree skinks are in here somewhere, and I got some exciting news. I actually saw a little baby tree skink climb up this wall the other day. Been a couple days ago. So decided to get in there and clean out all those vines so I can see the wall again. But that's not why I'm filming right now. I'm feeling a little restless. I have and I hope I say this right, a Maruki blue-tongued skink by the name of Freddy. He's quite a grump. Now Freddy has been relocated. He was in this, but then when I got the tree skinks, I pulled him out and put the tree skinks in here. He's been relocated in a 40-gallon breeder that he's starting to get a little too big for. So I've been wondering what to do for him. He's not much of a show animal because he's too damn shy. He's not always out and about, spends a lot of time in the hide. I have been thinking about taking the doors out of this thing, building a 4 foot by about 2 foot wide compartment to slide it up inside there, shorten my doors on the outside, and the inside, I'll actually have Freddy in his own little blue-tongue basement. I've been mulling this over for a while, and I'm liking the idea. All right, so that's my latest project, and I guess I shall get started on that now. All right, I made a very light mark here, mark in the center, so I know where the middle of this is. Now I've got to take off these doors and remove those supports so I can open this up. And there we have it. Pretty deep. It's got pretty deep storage on it, and I found stuff in there that I forgot I even had. Okay, so the idea is to put the new enclosure in the middle of this thing. I only want to go back, let me see here. Yeah, probably 2 feet. I don't want to go all the way back. I don't need to go all the way back. I may go around, I may pull this out and see if I can take that back wall off, because I really don't need a back wall under there. I could use that piece of wood, and I'll figure that out later. Anyway, so that's the idea. 2 foot deep. I am considering going 4 foot wide. I may cut it to 3.5, only because that will give me some storage on each side, and I need storage. And also, I'm going to take out that cane heat pad that I put in there to keep the bottom warm. We're going to pull that out. It's set on a thermostat. I want to use that for the tortoises. I don't need it under here anymore. So I may do that. 3.5 by 2 foot deep. All right, got the wood cut. That will be my back. There's my 2 sides. There is my top. So my plan is I'm going to do a little styrofoam work, glue chunks of styrofoam on the side. I'll do a little shaping with this electric foam cutting pin. And when we get it how we want it, I will go ahead and throw some concrete on it, do some texturing out here. Then when I get these panels, front, 2 sides, done up with cement, I will then attach these panels into a box, put the top on it, and slide it into place. And then I will just do a little spray foaming in the joints to kind of mold them all together. It's going to be very hard for me to do concrete under there because I got to crawl under there and I got a bad back. So also, I'm going to install 2 of these with a box in that top, and then I will just wire a plug. I got some wire out in the shed. I'll just wire a couple of lights. I'm gonna put in a red knot light and a basking UVA UVB light. So I will have to figure out where I'm going to place that and then cut the hose. Then I will have to install this when I get it underneath. All right, so I guess the next step is I'm gonna go ahead and do some texturing, start shaping some styrofoam. Well, I decided to go ahead and assemble the box first and then dry fit it in there to make sure it goes in there. Because if it don't go in there, after I get it together with concrete, it's just gonna hurt my feelings. All right, went in quite nicely. Also, I gotta do a little bit of modification on the front because there's a little bit of a lip here and I wanna tie this, I gotta blend this in. So I guess I need it in there so I can see my measurements for all of that. Then I'll pull it out and start doing the concrete on it, I think. All right, I've got a little bit done. Let me walk you through what I've done. Now, it actually needs to go this way to be correct. It's up on its side, but what I've done is put the box together. I went on ahead and I hit that with some blue paint for the little sky color. However, this is gonna be about knee high, and if you're in my home in a position to see that, something either very bad or very good is happening. So I went ahead and painted it anyway. I bulked some of this up with some styrofoam, went over it with a spray foam. I know it's hard to tell right now, but it's got some texture to it. Made me a couple little vent holes there. I was very concerned with getting the electrical boxes in there with it being underneath there because I can't put them in until I get it under there. And I don't think I'll be able to actually physically get them in my condition. So what I have done is I cut out a large hole and I mounted these onto a bigger plate so I can go ahead and get all that fixed and wired up, and then I can just pop it in there, put it in there with a couple of wood screws, and it should be okay. And I like to hide lights. I don't like lights being seen. So this is actually a little bit of a stone wall to hide the lights. And that will be a basking light and a night light. I've got some plant lights I'm gonna put in the top. But today I'm gonna trim this foam up, shape it up a little bit, and hopefully start doing some concrete. I say hopefully because it is a stormy, rainy day outside. Anyway, so that's where I am at right now. And really quickly, to do our stone, I got I got a bucket of mortar mix here. We're going to glove that on, just like that. And then we're gonna take a bag and we press a bag into it, hit it with a little water, and then I'll take a brush and I'll just give me a little bit of texture with a brush. But anyway, that was just a quick how I do this, but I'm gonna do all this before I do all this. All right, I've been giving this a lot of thought and have even lost a little sleep over it of how I'm going to successfully get this plate screwed in to that ceiling when this thing is 1 foot off the ground, not even. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get under there and successfully and easily put a couple of wood screws in there. So I come up with this idea. I just put a little notch in a piece of wood right there, and I'm gonna use that as a slide it into place. Oh, my wrist is messed up. I'll just slide it into place, and then I can put one wood screw here. I should be able to get the one. That one is the side that worried me. Anyway. All right, now it's time to paint. I use a brown with a mix of down to earth and some stone accent. And I like to take the brown and just put a nice little light coating on there. Put a little thicker on the wood. That wood's gonna suck some of it up. Then we go to the down to earth. And I go even more sparse with that. All right. Then we take this stone flake. I'm afraid to let off of it. It might not work. Ooh, God. That'll get you where you need to be. All right. I don't overthink it. I just spray the shit out of it. All right, and we're gonna let that dry. I'm also going to paint his water dish to match the stone. Go in there. Okay. All right, stone flake is almost gone, so I'm gonna consider myself lucky. I got that painted. Okay, we have slid it in. The paint has dried enough for me to get it in. And this is the view from my chair. I got the plant light in, and right there you'll notice there's a exhaust fan on the side. The lights in the back are wired. They are not on right now, but they do work. The next thing will be to, I guess I'll go ahead and put the front on, and then I will anchor everything down, and then I have to dry lock the floor and seal it with some silicone. And this here is the front frame, the sides and top anyway, that's going to slide into that. And I'm going to use a pocket hole jig to put me a hole in there to attach it to that base. Check it out. Boom. Love that thing. Well, let's take a look at where we are right now. It would have went much smoother if it just wasn't for my back and hip issues. Got the doors shortened and back on. The enclosure is looking just really, really sweet. You might notice I got an irrigation line there for live plants. It's tied into the existing system that's inside that thing. All right, it's going really good. The next step, I'll be putting in the substrate, some decor, a live plant, probably put a pothos in there and maybe something else. And got to get that glass on. And I say glass, it's really plexiglass. I keep saying glass, but it's plexiglass. All right, today I'm going to be adding the soil. And I'm also, this is a cat litter box. A new cat litter box that's been laying around unused. So I'm going to use this as a tray. I'll probably cut a hole and run that through there, through a hole. And that will be for live plants. And we'll just cover everything in dirt. Yeah. All right, this is my view of the finished cage. That turned out really good. Got the water bowl. Got a couple live plants in there. I like it. Now it's lizard time. Time for I gotta go get a grumpy skink. And now you're home. That's your new home, bub. There's your new home, Freddy. Look at you. You are getting big. Good Lord, you're getting so big. Ah, don't be all grumpy. Busting my ass for you. Look at you. Looks good in there. All right. Be good and I'll feed you. Molly's gonna have some entertainment now. Molly. Yeah. All right, Freddy, you be happy in there. This will be the last one I do for you. Lizards!